Hey guys, it's me again. RIA on the run this time. Not my pre-run, not my post-run, but RIA mid-run. And God, just like when we move energy and the more we channel and the more present we are, the more that comes through. And I find whenever I share the quote unquote good news, more good news just keeps coming through, or more wisdom and more insight. Just like these crows out here cawing. There's two of them. Double messengers, unifying the self with the self. My message this morning was about the higher self and um, dissolving the illusion of any separation from our higher self and our higher self guidance. In my meditation this morning, I talked about and spoke of ways to communicate with spirit and what, through our clair essences, some taste, some smell, some see, some feel, some know, some get visions, some hear. And what spirit really told me is, of course, I am your body. I am your body. I am your mind. I am your thoughts. I am your visions. I am your taste buds. It's just about differentiating the conditioning. And the more we connect and trust that voice, our body, those senses, the more the illusions, the conditioning of separation, the little ego dissipate and release. And I was wondering, like, things were coming so quick, and it was me speaking to myself in my mind, and like higher self is like, yeah, I am your mind. I am your mind speaking to you. I am you. You've done the work. You have cleared shadows, dissipating so much conditioning and beliefs. You've opened yourself. You've been vulnerable, and it has made you every step of the way more confident and more trusting at what you receive. So you receive more. You're embodying more of yourself. And as I was running today, I think of the ways that anything outside of us is our clue to what we're not integrating within ourselves. And that song, I shared it with everybody. You know, the Oh Sonny and Cher, I Got You, Babe. Well, that is us speaking to ourselves. That is the wholeness and the higher self and all of ourself telling us that, I got you, babe. And that song was so profound. And this all was activated by Linda Ernest sharing her truth about give yourself a hug. In the past, I wouldn't discount that and think it was silly. But now I'm at the frequency and embodying enough of my higher self. I literally was activated. My heart, my physical body, I knew without a shadow of a doubt, my physical being was one with my higher self. It was so healing. So when you guys think right now about hugging yourself, what comes to mind? Like in the past, mine would be like, ew, that's silly. Or I'll give myself a hug and think the concept is nice. But what one of my challenges and struggles have been in this physical form of dissipating and integrating more of my higher self in this physical realm is the physicality, thinking I'm unworthy or thinking I'm not good enough. And when we think that and don't connect to that worthiness within us, we reflect that in relationships. How come I can't connect? Or how come I don't get that physicality? Or how come this or that or the other thing? I'm just using that as an example. But for me in the physical realm, it has been that way a lot of times. Why am I not reflecting that perfect relationship for me in all levels? And a lot of it is our perception and gratitude as well, and our own limiting thoughts. But also part of it is I have not loved myself completely and wholly the way I should. I even though no, my messages are beautiful, I always thought my spiritual part to be so much more important. But what spirit has shown me is my physicality is just as important, because that is the temple of God. That is the physical expression for all that you are, and your physicality and your gifts and your abilities and all of that. So whatever you feel you've been denied of in this physical world is something that you actually have come to activate. So if you want to know what do you need to activate within your heart center, what have you feel or been projecting or reflecting a lack of? Is it money? Is it a sense of respect, or relationships, job, career, safety, nourishment? So many of us yearn to go home and feel lost, but that very lost feeling is because we have actually come here to be that physical embodiment of our home. Home. And we know this, but I am understanding it at such profound, deep levels right now. Home is not outside of us. We got to give to ourselves what we want from others. Yeah, but now I really get it from a more scientific or energetic understanding. If we're God source energy and everything is within us, then naturally everything is possible and everything should be reflected. But why is it not? Because there's something in yourself that you have discounted or aren't appreciating or loving or taking in. And it's no different. They said when you're sorry for something, like say you acted badly or you think you could have done better in some way, shape, or form, a relationship, saying something, a job, whatever it is, there's nothing to be sorry for because that was the very thing that showed you what you need to give to yourself more or to allow to come out of you more. Anything that you did not receive on the outside, anything that you are reflecting on the outside is showing you what you needed to give within you. There's nothing to be sorry for. It is just about allowing more of your beauty to shine, to come forth. So don't our anger, our resentment, our whatever disease towards the outside or somebody in our life or a boss or a relationship or even our children are reflecting a place within ourselves that needs healing and illumination and balance. And I know we've all heard that, but I can really understand it now when I look at it. Like I shared the song after my hug, and after hugging myself, I really activated and felt like that was the most beautiful thing in the world because I've allowed more of myself to be present. Even if I did that hug 10 years ago, it wouldn't have been the same because my frequency wasn't as open. I wasn't ready. I wasn't there. But then it generated, and I always wondered why does that song always make me cry? I got you, babe. That old Sunny and Sunshine, I got you, babe. And what it does is it creates within me a yearning to have that relationship with someone, but really that relationship was with myself. I got you, babe. You're damn fucking right. I got myself. I am my higher self. When I stop pretending not to be something that I'm not, then I really got my back. And then I'm really embodying more physicality and thoughts and visions and everything. So right now and this has all happened with this freaking ass new moon portal, but it's really a new year. It's a new dimension, literally. It's a new timeline where we are embodying and integrating and allowing so much of ourselves. So when you have that thought in the past, we would doubt it. We fight with it. We argue, and that is just the ego. So when they say you're not your thoughts, well, you are. You are those higher thoughts. You are those insights. You are anything that feels freeing and liberating and loving and compassionate. But the ego is just releasing that non-compassion of self, which is based in conditioning, which is the very reason you came. So whatever it is you feel that yearning, that deep desire for, the songs or the ideas or the pictures or the concepts or the expectations that make you cry, it is just allowing you to know that something within that that you came to allow and activate. And it's all step by step by step by step by step. Hey, Pam, Gary, Tamara, Robin. Hey guys. So I just wanted to share that. If you haven't seen my video this morning, go ahead. But so many times we're so afraid and we always want to apply that higher self, that God self outside of us. But guess what? It is your body. And how do you unite it all? Through the heart. The heart is the center. It is the middle path. It is the connection to all aspects and timelines of you. It is the balancing. It is the healing. It is the equalizer. It is the justifying of all energies when you come to your heart. That is the connecting force of the thoughts in the body. It's the heart, but it is all still your higher self. You are a chip of diamond coming off from this big block, they said to me this morning. So you are God source energy. Pretend you're not physical. On the other side, you're part of this huge, you could call it central sun, or you could call it this huge eternal diamond. Well, you chipped off and came to this physical reality for your experience. But within that chip of diamond, you hold all of the fractals, all of the dimensions that diamond has within your physical experience. So you are the temple, you are your higher self, you are your God self. It's not just a concept, it's in this everyday life. So I just wanted to share that, what you feel that you are lacking or those things that trigger pain. And oh, I wanted to do it by the ocean because the emotion represented by the ocean is in our heart space. It is that portal, that eternal, unlimited place of feelings and emotions. And how do we know what we're feeling? How do we know what we're cutting off? Because sometimes we cut off and hide certain things within ourselves, compartmentalize things deep within us that bring and trigger pain. Well, when you tune into your heart, it's like tuning into the ocean and allowing, and it wants to share and give you all of that information and wisdom and insight. But tuning into here, tears are salve for the heart. You are your heart. You are your heart. You are your thoughts. You are your body. And all of that is reflected. So what triggers the most pain, you go within and you heal it and connect. And then your outside world shifts. All right, guys. I know it's everything that we've already heard, but I've just really have gotten it at such a deeper level of understanding and how it applies, not keeping it up in here, but really anchoring it into my physical experience and what hurts Marie, Ria. What does myself still yearn for? What have I just reconciled and says I'll never have this because it's just not meant. It's not that it's not meant, it's just a place of reconciliation within yourself. And when you really connect and know that you are the sun, you are your higher self, you are the God, there's nothing like all of that nourishment and love and compassion come in here. And then you don't need it outside. You don't have that attachment. But then what happens is you reflect that automatically. And I know we've all heard that, but I don't know. I've just been activated. I've just been activated to such deep levels, and it's so beautiful. So go out and share your good news, your truth. And in that, you activate each other's love and light and codes and forgiveness and compassion because they are reflecting pieces of you. So it all works together. It's just, oh goodness, it's beautiful. All right, guys, thank you for being here and sharing and shining your light. And may you all shine with the entirety, not a little speck. Know that, know that this hand, this hug is literally God hugging you. Do it now. All right, guys. May you all shine with the entirety of all the love and light that you are. Psh.